Welcome to Othership Learn and Breathe. First, we're going to dive into some breathwork knowledge and then buckle up as we're going to put it to practice with a session from our app. You can always skip ahead to the session itself. And if you like what we're putting out there, then don't forget to give us a follow and subscribe. Thank you and have an awesome journey. So today's focus is on proper breathing mechanics. How are we actually drawing in the air? What sort of muscles are we using? Are we using our diaphragm? Is it up in the chest? And this is so important to note because the way in which we breathe sends millions of signals to our brain every second as to how we're doing. Are we in the sympathetic state? Should we be on defense, on alert? Or are we in the parasympathetic? Can we rest and relax into this moment, arising peace and joy and contentment with this moment? So these principles will improve breathing during the guided breathwork sessions, but also just your day-to-day fundamental breathing, how you're breathing when you're not consciously thinking about it.
So take a moment now to check in with how you are breathing. Don't manipulate it, just pay attention to it. Are you breathing fast or slow? Are you breathing in through your nose or through your mouth? Are you breathing from your belly or from your chest? How does it feel to be breathing right now?
Cool. Yeah, just take a few more minutes to note it. You can put one hand on your stomach, one hand on your chest, just really tuning in to the cadence of your breath without manipulating it. And so now let's begin to direct the breath with some of our fundamental principles. First, find a posture to support a relatively straight spine. You want to be sitting up, just feeling it, opening up the chest cavity. And we want to give our breathing muscles and organs space to support this function correctly. If you have a hunched over posture, that will just cause all sorts of problems. So it's really important to have a nice posture to be open in the chest area. We suggest sitting on the floor or in a chair, just aligning your spine. You can also lie down with your knees supporting under a pillow, whatever feels right.
Next, focus your breathing through your nose. So nasal breathing increases our ability to utilize oxygen. It also releases nitric oxide, which is a vital molecule for every organ in your body. Your nose also purifies the air before it enters into your lungs. Studies have shown that mouth breathing can cause abnormal facial development, snoring, hypermental activity. So unless otherwise stated by us, we really advise breathing in and out through the nose, even at night when you sleep.
It's so crucial to breathe through your nose, so just catch yourself at any time. Okay, so now that you're sitting up straight, you're breathing through your nose, we're going to begin proper breath through the diaphragm. This is the most important part. This is engaging the belly, the deep belly breath that we speak of when we talk about breathing properly. The diaphragm is your primary breathing muscle that mobilizes your full respiratory capacity. Diaphragmatic breathing is imperative to avoid the shallow chest-driven breaths that activate the stress response to our physiological state. We have millions and millions of nerve receptors in our lungs, and the higher ones up in the chest are the activation of the sympathetic. And the lower ones, when they're activated, when they're stretched out, activated through this deep diaphragmatic belly breath, they send signals to our vagus nerve, which sends signals to our brain that we are safe.
So to help get an idea of what we're talking about, you can bring your hands actually to the bottom of your rib cage and then just start to breathe deeply. And as you breathe, you should feel your rib cage expand out with the inhale and in with the exhale. So diaphragmatic breathing, or that belly breath, involves fully engaging the stomach and abdominal muscles and the diaphragm when breathing. So this means actively pulling the diaphragm down with each breath in and up with each breath out.
Yeah, it's sort of creating a vacuum. You can picture the diaphragm like a big muscle that's connected to your lungs. So when you are breathing in, the diaphragm is pulling the lungs down, and that creates a disproportionate atmospheric pressure. So it's drawing in air into your lungs, diaphragm is coming out, your belly expands, your ribs expand, and then on the exhale, it's the reverse order. So the tracts pushes up, and it just naturally allows for the air to flow outward. So the best way for you to know if you're diaphragmatic breathing is just put your hand on your belly, put one on the chest. Belly should rise first, in through the nose, nice and slow and gentle. And then out, the chest falls and the belly falls. You can also put a hand on your ribs. Your ribs should be opening up and falling back in. You want as much movement in this area as possible, specifically your belly, but really all over. It's just this full, it's moving, it's mechanics, it's biomechanics, all to be free and loose and flowing.
Yeah, diaphragmatic breathing helps to fill the lungs more efficiently, taking in that proper breath, and that's the main principle with all of breathwork.
All right, you beauties, here we are. This is your fast track to an energized state with slight emphasis on the muscle that makes it all possible, our diaphragm. Lying down or sitting up, we have 3 short segments here. Starting off, in 6 through the nose and out for 2 forcefully through the mouth. Here we go. On my cue in 3, 2, 1, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out, 2, in, and forcefully out, in, all the way, and forcefully out, in, out. Come on. Feel it. Groove to it. I want you to feel in the sensation of the belly rising and contracting, rising and contracting. Yes. That's your diaphragm. That's your second heart. That's what allows for you to breathe full and deep. Oh yeah. Getting ready for a big inhale. On my cue, here it comes, and take it in. Hold it. And on my cue, letting it all fall away in 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Letting it all fall away, succumb to the will of gravity, and hold on empty. On this hold, suck in your tummy. Create a vacuum in your thorax. This is the abdominal lock. Really create that cavity in your midsection. Feel into the pressure. Okay, let's let go of that lock and take in a nice, slow breath in. And on my cue, you're going to release it all out. Really focus on pushing your belly out in the opposite direction. Let it go. Whoa. That was cool. That was pretty cool. Shall we dive back into it? Same cadence. In 6, out 2. Here we go. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out, 2, in. Feel the belly rise and feel the belly push it out. In and forcefully out. In and forcefully out. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Come on. Feel into your diaphragm. Pumping. Like a bellows, creating that vacuum for all that life force to enter into our lungs. This is our second heart. Focus on it. And cultivate a little bit of gratitude for this muscle that keeps us alive on the day to day, moment to moment. Let's pump that bellows double time. In 3, out 1. Here we go. And in 2, 1, out, in, and forcefully, in, and forcefully. Come on. Pump it. Ow. Pump it. Ow. Pump it. Ow. Yes. Getting ready for a full breath. Let's go. Take it in. Full expansion of the lungs. Stretch out that bellows. And let it go. Empty out every last molecule of air. Push it all out. And in this hold on empty, let's engage in one last lock. So suck in your tummy, create that vacuum as tight as you can. Oh yeah. Interesting. That feels cool. And now with your fingers, get under your rib cage and give yourself a massage. Really, really get in there. Probe and pry. Feel underneath. Find your diaphragm, that second heart, and send it some love. Find your lungs and your liver. We are releasing stuckness here. We are relieving stagnation. Feel into the tender spots and give even more love to those areas. Notice what sensations arise. All right, great. Hands by your side and getting ready for the biggest breath of the day. In 3, 2, 1. Take it in nice and slow. Feel your belly expand. And on my mark, releasing into the feeling of your midsection. Contract once more. Let it out. Woo! Yeah. Last segment. In 3, out 1. Go all out here. In 2, 1. In 2, 1. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Come on. Come on. Make it forceful. Make it forceful. Forceful. Feel into the sharp contraction of your midsection. Your diaphragm. Your lungs. Put your hands on your belly. Feel into your midsection. Feel into your body bellow. Drawing in life with every breath. That feels good, doesn't it? Yes. Just a few more before our biggest breath. Here it comes, and take it in. And getting ready for your biggest release in 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Woo! Holding on empty for a while here. Let's push it. Let's go as far as we can. Empty out any last morsel of air. There's no need to do anything here. Let's just rest in the pure spaciousness provided from the work you just did. And in these final moments, let's once more cultivate some awareness and appreciation for your diaphragm. This muscle just under your lungs is your second heart. It autonomically beats to a rhythm. It draws in air and it lets it out. We cannot live without it. So let's put our hands over our lower rib cage and send some love to it. Thank you for keeping me breathing. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you. Thank you. And now let's activate it. Taking in a slow and full breath. There it is. Right there, that's the diaphragm. And on my cue, we're going to release with a relaxing sigh. We're going to let it all go. We've done the work. Here it comes in 3, 2, 1, and... Thank you for showing up and for giving some love to what really deserves it.